We're back here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark, and it is Sunday, so we're meeting with the manager of the Rough Riders, Steve Buechele, as Frisco gets set to take on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, first game of a three-game series. Boo, last couple of ball games, your team has scored shutout victories over Arkansas, and the team seems to finally finding some sort of comfort zone here after an up-and-down first week or so of the season.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of nights ago, it broke open right out of the gate. First inning, the guys were swinging the bats, good run the base as well, and obviously it carried over into last night. So hopefully this is something we can ride for a little while. It's kind of, I'm not saying unexpected this early in the season, but certainly a nice surprise to see them swing the bats as well as they are. And, give credit to the pitching too. Back-to-back shutouts in this league are good no matter, who you are. And so credit to everybody for the last two games.
On the offensive end, one thing that I thought was good to see from the hitter's perspective, you scored 4 runs in the first inning on Friday night and then kept the offense going, scored a couple more in the third, few more in the 7th inning. So you didn't take the rest of the night off, which it can be easy for a team to score runs early and then almost shut it down the rest of the way, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, there are games where you score early and then there's never really a comfortable feeling because if a couple guys get on and someone gets one up in the wind, they're right back in the game. But the guys did a great job. They swung the bats really well, and last night the same way. And again, I mean, when you're getting shutouts from your pitchers, it makes it a little bit easier and takes some pressure off the offense. But certainly pleased with their aggressiveness, and I give Jason Hart a lot of credit for what's gone on the last couple of days. It was the focal point of his talk before the game 2 nights ago. No matter what, stay aggressive, go up there with good at bats. But one thing that he wanted to stress was be aggressive, and it's paying off.
On the pitching side, we talked a week ago about Neil Ramirez looking so good early in that start against Arkansas, falling apart a bit as he tired. He was able to keep it through his entire outing, it seemed, with the exception of the very end there. But Neil, an encouraging sign to see him start strong and finish strong and really be dominant.
Yeah, very encouraging. I think 2 starts ago was probably the best 3 innings I've seen Neil throw, and then his last start was the best game I've seen him throw. Like you said, he kept it up for, I think he was right around 80, 85 pitches, time for him to come out of the game. That's about where he was going to be. And I think he tired a little bit, but boy, he was good from the word go, from first pitch to last. And, hopefully this is something that Neil can build on. You see a little different look in his eyes, a little different attitude. I think he's starting to maybe take the mound and enjoy what he's doing and just letting his abilities take over.
Here with Riders manager Steve Buechele. Jared Hoying, a guy who's come along strong the last couple of games. And I saw you pulled him aside at batting practice the other day. Later that night, he hits a home run. He hits another one last night. Jared seems to finally find his comfort zone offensively.
Yeah, when guys struggle, sometimes it's just something simple, and there's nothing I said around the batting cage, although I really do want to take credit for it, but I'm not going to. But he's been working hard with Jason, and I mean, I'm going back to spring training up until now, and Jared's gone through some swing changes going back to the start of spring training, and I think now they're starting to pay off, and Jason is so good at breaking down swings and doing what's appropriate for each player. And I think what he and Jared Hoying are doing right now is definitely paying off.
And with such a young lineup, you really want to see the guys that have experience at this level with this team start to do well, and you saw that with Hoying and also Buchholz and Strasburger. They hit home runs last night, and in Buchholz's case in particular, he seems to be really punishing the ball when he does make contact.
Yeah, he's been swinging the bat good, and he's swung it well in spring training. He's been swinging it good so far this year, and yeah, you lean on the guys that have the experience from being here last year, and I think once they get going, those younger guys kind of follow in line. It's kind of the old hitting is contagious type of thing. So, we're definitely relying on the guys with experience, and I think the young guys are doing their share as well.
Finally, maybe an overlooked item, at least in our discussions, but certainly you can't look past the tremendous defense that this team has played over the first week. A long stretch there to start the season without committing an error. And you must be real pleased and maybe even pleasantly surprised to see the consistency early on shown by especially some of the young guys.
Yeah, and the infield is probably where I was more concerned about than anything going into this. And as you and I are talking, we're sitting right next to our infield coordinator, Casey Candell, and it's guys like Casey who spend a lot of time with these kids during spring training and work with them and drill it into them day after day. And me, I'm very defensive oriented, and I like to spend time with the infielders. And am I surprised? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but certainly very, very pleased with with how they've done so far, and I'll knock on wood as we go into this game tonight. But we're going to win games with pitching and defense this year, and everything we get offensively is just going to be a bonus. But defensively is where we have to be good.
Boo, teams look great the last few days. Best of luck here against Northwest.
All right, thanks, Alex.
That's Rough Riders manager Steve Buechele. We're back right after this on the Frisco Rough Riders Baseball Network.